welcome back into North Dakota. Today we are cooking with Cashway. Randall, what do we have in store today?
So we're going to do some Brussels sprouts with caramelized onion in a gratin style.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember, we did the gratin with that roasted squash.
Yes.
So this is similar, but we don't have a whole lot of sauce and stuff like that.
Okay.
So what I really wanted to first talk about was caramelizing onions.
Yes.
So there's a difference between caramelizing onions and browning onions.
Oh.
There is.
Okay.
So when we caramelize, what we want to do is extract all those sugars and concentrate that, and that's the caramelization aspect of it.
Gotcha.
If you're browning, it's more like when you go to the fair and there's that griddle and they got those grilled onions on there and you have it on the, oh my gosh, there's nothing better than that, right?
So I just learned now I've never caramelized onions my entire life.
You've
I've
just
only
browned
them.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, we've got some onions going there, but the first part is slicing the onion.
Yes.
So what I do is I go on the half moons. So I've already peeled the onion, and then we're just going to make nice little thin strips all the way down the onion. And remember the claw.
Yeah.
So let the knife go off the knuckle.
Fully clawed.
Keep the thumb back. Excellent.
Look at my claw. How's my claw?
Yeah, you're actually you are the claw.
That's me.
That's right.
Devin the Claw
You've
Fry.
heard
That's
of
what they call it.
tiger and panther, but this is
the
claw. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's grab your onions.
Okay.
And we'll add them to this.
Ooh, look at those.
Yeah. So this is the first part of the caramelization process. So we got a little bit of butter in there, but not a whole lot. Thank you. And what we want to do is we want to literally cause that liquid in those onions to come right out.
Okay.
That's our burner getting angry at us.
That guy does not like when you take the...
So one of my best friend is vegan.
Okay.
And so when I do this recipe for him at the holidays, I omit any butter.
Okay.
And I use like a palm seed oil, or a coconut oil, or something like that.
So there are alternatives.
There, absolutely, yeah. And then also I omit the cheese.
Okay.
I can go to a vegan cheese as well.
Oh.
It's a soy kind of a derivative.
Gotcha.
And it works.
Okay.
But that's it. So the next thing we're going to do, so while those are going and caramelizing,
We'll those later.
we are going to trim our Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit about how this thing grows, right? Jack and the beanstalk.
Apparently there's on a stalk hanging off.
Yeah, it's really
I learned
cool.
that today.
So what we want to do is take a good inch off of that.
Okay.
And it all depends on what size of Brussels sprouts you have. Okay. Now, when we go to cook them, we want to put a nice X in the bottom here.
Okay.
So like probably about a half inch deep into that middle there. So something like that.
Gotcha. What does the X do?
So excellent question. So when we go to boil them, that's very, very dense right there, right? I mean, this is really basically a baby cabbage.
Right.
Right? So when we go to boil them, the water has the ability to penetrate into that, and therefore it's going to cook all at the same time.
Gotcha. Boil them from the inside out.
Yep.
How did I do on my...
Excellent.
Excellent. I see what you do.
You get a gold star for that.
Thank you. See, that's all I'm here for.
So you want to
have you done both already?
That's all right.
Okay.
We'll come back to that. So now these have been blanched.
Okay.
And then I like to cut them in half. I think they present a little better.
Gotcha.
And also they need a little bit more surface area for flavoring and things like that. Plus, when you go to take a whole Brussels sprout, that kind of becomes a little intimidating on your plate. It's like you're trying to fight with this thing like a slippery
rolling
sucker,
around the plate. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. So we'll try to keep the pinballs out of it, and it's a little much easier for us to eat.
Gotcha. Well, now that we've made that a simpler process.
Right. So I do want to show the caramelized onion. So
gotcha.
Once we get all of that done, we're going to come to something like this. So do you see how that is so much different?
Very much.
Than browned onions.
Very different.
It's very soft, even colored, all that stuff. So once the onions have released all their liquid, then we're going to just keep the heat on this really consistent, and we're going to just stir it every so often. Okay. This can take about a half hour.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So if you have a pan that's a little bit wider, it's going to take a little bit less time. However, you need to watch it, because if you don't, it can brown on you very, very quickly.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we will finish these up. We're going to put all of this dish together when we come back, cooking with Cashway.